up, everybody? This is Mount for the Pizza Boy, and welcome back to Madden 22's franchise mode. This is Road to Super Bowl 56, and this week we're going to M&T Bank Stadium to face the Baltimore Ravens, so let's get straight into it.
For Week 9 in the NFL, we've got a pair of teams that have only matched up 6 times. It's a series tied at 3 games each as the Vikings visit the Ravens. Next on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
Alright, this is going to be a tough matchup for me, because Lamar, not only can he run, but he can run. So, containing Lamar is going to be a real factor for me in this game, but we'll focus on that a little bit later, because right now, getting the ball first, so...
And only able to get this to the 19.
Yeah, I probably should have known that, but
for the touchback. Well, the Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. The quarterback at his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit. Good-naturedly.
All right, let's get
but
this.
they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Leaping over kind of not help that.
Fights
So.
forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
So it's gonna be entertaining.
On the game's first play, it's 2nd down.
PD, Osborne. Osborne has been doing pretty good for us.
Cousins. And that's complete to KJ Osborne. And right away,
KJ!
Football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
KJ, what the heck? Come on.
Baltimore touchdown. The
That's not good.
receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And now,
Okay, good.
with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
He's down.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose?
But
And is the
forearm.
video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the
The
football
ground can't cause a
afterwards.
fumble,
This
though.
is a tough one to overturn.
Okay, good. To the ground, that can't cause a fumble.
So that
Good.
challenge, a successful one. So possession
All
still
right.
theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 5.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery.
And that's what we
tight end,
needed.
Irv Smith Jr. And they're gonna have
Ooh,
this in a
Junior.
great spot
That
way
is what we
down in
needed.
Baltimore territory.
Perfect play. Junior got
What a luxury to
wide
have a tight
open.
end that can run a post route like that.
It's a
He
luxury
was
for the
wide.
offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come
even
up
though
with
Junior's a tight end, he is quick for a tight end. All right. Need to go to my bread and butter play for that one. So
a real field flipper there. As
it
all
is.
Of a sudden they've got a first down.
And we got a hungry Cook this week.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
We can do it.
Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. This is Cook. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Okay.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to.
Right now.
We'll step aside. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Cousins.
And there we go. D.D. Westbrook.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
That is what we
D.D.
needed.
Westbrook. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Pretty early, so that's good.
Point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Most of our star receivers this season
so that drive
have been mostly D.D. and
Minnesota.
KJ. Both of them have been our star receivers. So, but KJ in the actual NFL, he has been a star receiver for the Vikings. He has made a lot of open, good plays for the Vikings this year. I am actually glad that the Vikings did beat the Seahawks. Out of the season that they've had for them, being the Seahawks, that is a big win. And right here, Lamar, we got to make sure that we can contain him.
Right, gives him a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And
there we go, the hit, man.
Of the schedule. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That's what we need.
Only a yard on the keeper.
We need Lamar to stay contained. Can't give up.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl corner.
That's how we do it.
And he'll bring this one back to the 20.
Changing momentum. Perfectly timing
is maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
That was a good one.
So here are the Vikings
Richard
to
Sherman
take over. They're
was
on a 3-game winning streak,
free
and right
agent
now looking good in this one as well.
Woof. Get back on the field. This is where we can really deal some damage to the Baltimore team. This is how we can really do it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he went backwards.
But
down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss.
Blocking.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 20.
That is close to a first down. Possibly get it here.
Here's Cook.
And more for Dalvin. There we go. Chef is working his magic early.
Able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple.
Fans aren't happy about it, but
set you up in excellent field position. It's the last thing you want to do.
It's okay. It's just Baltimore fans.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Setting up the screen for Cook. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first.
Not
just
really.
a gain of 1 there. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he'll get
There we go.
zone. Touchdown,
No one was
Minnesota.
open,
Kirk Cousins
and
with his
we
13th
had to.
touchdown of the
We
year
had to
and
scramble for that
second of the
TD.
game. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Woo.
He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals.
Ooh, this is good.
One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to.
He can. Cousins can scramble
Point
when he
after,
needs to,
right
and
down the
he
middle.
needs to
And
do
that'll
that
make the
a
score
lot.
14-0.
Even though he doesn't really do that much,
So
he
the
needs to
drive
do it a
there took
lot.
6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
That's just 6 yards. Not much.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and
But-
the Vikings boom it away.
We need to get Dalvin in the game, though. That's what we need. We need
It's
Dalvin
taken
in
in
here.
at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
All right, now Lamar's coming back
Baltimore
out,
set
so
to take over here for their second
let's
possession
get
of the
another
game.
stop on
Now,
them.
they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because
That's what the
you're
hope
gonna
is
find
always.
out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
And
All right,
they're going to
Cameron.
get this beyond the 40 before he's
But-
taken down.
Who's guy with Andrews? I
23
want to know
yards
that.
on the play.
But give them credit for
Because
a
right
good
now,
read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right
we
side.
need
and
to
sent the
make sure
target
the
a few
receivers
steps
are
down the
covered.
field, and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice
Oh,
game.
Patrick.
And all the way
that's
in
not
for
good.
a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 4th
He was
touchdown
open.
of the year.
He got
And
through.
The Ravens were able to show off their quick strike ability.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting,
All right.
this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them.
Still
Wondering
be in
if that's
this.
going
We
to
need to
carry
get.
over
We
the
need to keep
rest of the
scoring
game.
every drive we get. Score and score and score.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone.
I'm
And this
doing
will
that.
not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start
Oh,
thinking to
Dalvin.
yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because
Yeah,
that worked,
let the clock
but you
run
have to be
out.
prepared
Let's
for
go to the
those
second quarter.
encounters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Yeah, they're rushing. The attack is a lot better than ours right now.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. As
It
they've
can
got
only
a
go up
second
from
and
here.
8
That's all I can
forthcoming.
say. Only go up. We need Dalvin to cook.
Getting the ball is Cook running left.
CJ.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down
Right.
carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And take this to the other
We
side
can
of
keep it
midfield
going.
before going
Just
out of
giving it to
bounds.
Dalvin.
The pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And I like
That
the
is
idea
good.
here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game.
He
3
was open.
catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Just give it to whoever's open right away. All right, Cook.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. On play action, Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And now
That
it's
wasn't the
second
best
down.
throw by Cousins. Could have made it to him, but it's Cousins.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him,
what
his
That's
coaches
good.
are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And that is incomplete. Pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the error.
We're gonna need to do this.
4th down coming up. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt.
I try to pin them back. Nope.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
I tried.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. Hill shedding the tackle, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Fights off the defender, and he'll be tackled.
We got other defenders over there, Edwards. Got other defenders.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their
Michael
already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out.
Ooh, there we go.
Coaches,
Patrick
they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to put it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson.
No.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
That is good. That's good.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to
we're trying to get him first.
Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook.
That was a good audible.
Before he's out of bounds.
Getting it to Dede.
Catch for him today,
it's good.
And it'll wind up a 1st down. And for Kirk Cousins, who came into the league as a backup to RG3, they were drafted the same year in Washington in 2012. Then he got a starting job. He's been pretty consistent. And on that last throw, Kirk Cousins just went over 30,000 yards in his career. Congratulations, Kirk. They're going right back to Westbrook. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going
defensive end,
out of
I think that is.
now,
maybe
after the completion,
oh no, I can't. I don't really know
Baltimore
players that well.
Takes a peek. We'll take a break.
Oh, he's out. Ooh. So that's a good sign. One less Baltimore player for us to handle. Okay.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. The open man is Westbrook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And Cook has it, left side. Cook with a 1st down and much more.
Ooh, Dalvin.
Finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
That is what we needed from him.
Goes for a gain of 31.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line.
And giving it to CJ. CJ Ham is what we needed there.
CJ Ham. his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Not giving it time for Baltimore to actually punch back.
They gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better.
With 55 seconds, they could score, but
the point after is good, and it's now 21-7.
They might be able to
that time
cut this lead down.
Drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
It all depends on how my defense does, how
Minnesota's
I do.
Kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
But 2-score game, we're good. Baltimore's gonna get the ball in the second half, so.
Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
We need a good sack here.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up in.
That is good.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Good.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No,
Who
not
would?
at all.
Lamar, he's not that good as a thrower. He's more of a running back.
On the scoreboard.
They're going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play.
That would have been. It really would have.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
All right, we're going to need some plays, my bread and butter plays, to get into field goal range.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Final play of the half, Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr.
All right. At least we didn't give up any points.
On Halloween. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
I thought you said
Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Nelson Aguilar, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Melvin Gordon has a touchdown there. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that just set them up well for the second half to come. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back.
Second half,
number 3.
we got the momentum, so let's keep
Minnesota's
this.
Kick team ready.
We gotta get this win. We gotta get the dub.
On the return is Duvernay.
Ooh,
and some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
That is a kneel down that should have happened.
Come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this
Lamar.
belongs to the Vikings.
Now that is good. Lamar dropping the ball is
Not
good.
a good way to start this
And
second
that
half
is
with their
a
first
fumble.
drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean.
And like some of those Viking
and
fans
let's
just
go out
cheering
and play
away.
the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that.
Alright, let's get some running plays going. Get Dalvin some more yards. He needs it. He needs these yardage.
On first down, Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
47 yards now.
47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Ooh, that was not
Now there's a
good.
pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And he's not able
Oh.
to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
You gotta get
In
this.
their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing third down. The completion good for only 6.
Yeah,
bring it
so-
forward.
So
Gotta
much
have the
about
field
this
goal.
game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Joseph's got it. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
There's
Right
still
now,
more
Charles,
points.
this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them
That
past
sack
the key
did
number
not help
16,
much,
so
though.
this is now a
It really did
three-score
not.
lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Good.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
Ooh,
And
that
in hindsight,
hit.
probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. But Baltimore's offense
Yeah, I
set for
need-
this next possession.
I
And the
need
turnover
man-to-man.
last time,
That's
sort
going to
of
be
been
what is going to help
symptomatic
win
of their
this game
struggles
is
here in this one.
man-to-man.
Big word. I like it, though,
Yeah.
because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what
Right.
is symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the
Man-to-man
success of
is
this
good,
broadcast.
but
What I like
you
is
need
that
the
you gave me
safety's
the
help
word,
too.
I just
So
kept using it.
They'll run on first down. Edwards. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Edwards, you're not doing anything.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not
All right.
giving ground.
2-4.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Oh, and Patrick P is gone.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Patrick Peterson. That
Now,
was
remember, this is the
good.
#1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback.
I made
but the ball's
sure
in the air. They treat it like
that
they're the
I
receivers,
had
and they went after that one.
a
and took it all
guy
the way.
defending that receiver so I can get up, so I can get gone.
Joseph
30
on
to
for the extra
7.
point. And the lead is now 24.
All right, Patrick. Dak Daddy Griffin's going to tell you good job.
Navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, Lamar has not been doing good at all.
Get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is why I always say Lamar is a running back, not a passer.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down.
Why does he keep on running it out? Why not just let it go to a touchback?
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Let's get moving,
That was
guys."
a lot.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. We're in Baltimore, third quarter action,
right.
2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more.
All right, Peterson, Patrick.
Only 3 there, so
Yeah,
it
you're
leaves him
doing
with
good.
3rd and 7 ahead.
You are a good corner that we got this year.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
All of them
Here's
wanted
Sam
to try to
Cook
get
now,
that.
as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now it's Peterson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Mainly looking at.
Nice work on the return.
I don't
as he
want to get
gets
hit.
about 15 yards back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
I was messing around with those.
Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
There's like nothing
made
there no
by
matter
LJ
what.
Ford, 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's able
there
to
we
get
go,
this
Cook.
one down to the 40-yard line.
He is cooking so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace.
We are.
This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
Not his
He certainly has.
Bro,
and it's not
I was
exactly
throwing
the
it
point where
away.
we're doing
Like, come
4-minute
on.
offense yet, but they've got to think about,
Daily.
I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and now it's 3rd down. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook.
All right,
and
Cook.
he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st
All right.
down.
Well, that's
3
still
quarters
good.
have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL
38.
on EA Sports. Back now
You know
in
what?
Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here.
It's
to
only a
begin quarter
55-yarder.
4. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
A
That kick, by the way,
55-yard.
Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something
They're
exciting
trying to
about
zip
it,
you out of
carrying it over
points,
from
like,
practice and pregame to actually doing it
55
in
yards.
live action.
That's not that much. Like, Like a lot of kickers nowadays, that's like the bread and butter is 50 plus yards.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back.
Unless if your name is
the
Matt
field.
Prater, then
They
it's 60 plus.
unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off.
He didn't want to go down.
Foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jackson. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This is not going the way of the Ravens.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Of course, a lot of people in the Twin Cities, and these Vikings fans probably remember Rashad Bateman because he played in college for the Golden Gophers in Minnesota. He had 2,400 yards in just 31 games playing for P.J. Fleck and the Gophers, and then the Baltimore Ravens took him in the first round, number 27 overall.
These points now, they're probably not going to even matter, so if they get any points, then. But
throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again is Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line.
That's been fucking up on kicks.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Jackson on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete.
I saw Michael Pierce wanted that sack.
But getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's going to go down.
Oh, that's on
they
me.
sack him back right around
That is
30.
on me. I saw it.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Yeah, that was a risky penalty on my part.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
Oh, Dalvin.
That is Tomlinson, who is down.
You better not
not
be
what
injured.
they want to see. We'll check on his status when we get back. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Again, Jackson. He'll be hit.
Hey, there we go.
Taken down at the
Danielle
21.
Hunter.
Danielle Hunter. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they run with Edwards off the option. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Ooh.
Not too many offenses want to
Hopefully
turn
he's not
down
out for a
long
while.
drives, but when you're down what they are,
Don't
they've
need
gotta
Dalvin
pay it off
Tomlinson
with
to
some
be out.
points.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And this is caught.
Yeah, that's first.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point.
Right.
And the lead now down to 20. So that drive, 12
That's 20
plays in
points.
length. So still lots.
They're gonna need to get that ball back.
To do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job.
No, I'm just gonna sit here. No, you're not gonna do anything.
Cook and the offense heading back out, and the numbers show the improvement. And this is kind of what we thought we would expect to see from him. I know we overanalyze these things sometimes, but what switch? What's flipped that switch?
Sometimes I think when you're as great as he is, you just kind of roll out each game and expect good things to happen. And that's not always the case. Those guys on the other side of the ball, they're the NFL 2 for a reason. So maybe at halftime he gets a chance to regroup, kind of get it back together, get a little extra resolve, and now he's putting it into practice.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
All right, 2-minute warning.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I'm going to stick with the Delvin plan. Go to a good play. I love pitching it.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Now,
They've
you
got
should get
a
it
third
first.
down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Should.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Like, if he can do that to a 57, he could kick a 55. Like, come on.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, but he also threw a pick. Two picks in the game, and he also fumbled.
And now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Now
Is it really making things better if he throws picks?
Looking sideline, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team.
Lamar is lucky there. I was about to hit the hit.
Big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Lamar Jack, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to
And they were saying good things about Lamar. Like,
if they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead.
Saying good things about Lamar, and he throws another pick.
Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them.
Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
I want to see this.
And his guys are going
I want to see
at
this.
the 37-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes
the ground
more
can't
of a target
force
for the
a fumble.
defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy.
And now
Yeah, the ground can't force a fumble. Like, come on.
Just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors.
The ground can't cause a fumble.
The football afterwards, this is a tough one to overturn.
That's us. That's us.
There. Not rocket science. The ground can't cause fumbles.
That one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on first down.
That's
going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Oh, what a move. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
We did good.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Vikings, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Alright, well, I'm going to end this here. And if you guys liked it, smash that like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.
9, 8, 7, ignition. 5,